What's up guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're back with Blade EOP, and then tomorrow I think we're going to be hoping to get out the run of week 3 of the new side quest, just to show you guys sort of where we're at with the rewards. Hopefully there'll be some featured 6 stars in there. Obviously as you guys know, we're looking for Zemo. That's sort of the number 1 goal. Let me get this off low power mode, there we go. Zemo is the number 1 goal, but then also Ant-Man Future would be really nice. I'd really love an Ant-Man Future. I think he's a really good champ and probably a little bit underrated. So there is quite a few champs there that I would be interested in getting. So hopefully check that video out tomorrow if you're interested in it. And let's jump into this one. So this is obviously the Blade EOP acceptance left-hand side. We've done all of the fights so far up to MODOK. Now we're at Blade. The Blade one is relatively easy. There's quite a lot of gameplay for this one, which is good. It means I can sort of explain it while I'm talking about it. So we'll just go through the nodes and then explain it further on the gameplay. So starting off, he's got Surge Protector. When he's struck with a basic attack, he gains a Surge Charge. If he activates a special attack, any Surge Charges refund 10% of the power he's got. If a defender is struck by a special attack, any Surge Charges on them are consumed and inflict a burst of direct damage to the defender, so equal to your 25% of your attack. So obviously special attacks are sort of the way to go here. Build up those Surge Charges with basic kits, and trying to throw off as many sort of SP1s, SP2s as possible. Linked in with this, he's got destructive feedback. He has that kinetic shield similar to Cap America in Act 6 with the destructive feedback node. Doesn't take any damage for 10 seconds, but all that damage is stored. If he hits you into the block, or just hits you in general, you will take that damage back to you. Anything but an SP3 is stored, and like I said, it will all be sort of dealt back to you, and that has a 15-second cooldown. So either you can choose to just dex for the 15 seconds until the shield is offline, or you can hit into him, but make sure he doesn't hit into your block. This is through a lot of interceptions, dexing, baiting heavies, baiting special attacks, and countering those. So there are other nodes on here, but those not too relevant, especially it's set from 1. So we'll go through that one, and that's just unblockable specials. Do not let this blade throw an SP2, otherwise you will die. That combined with the destructive feedback node does mean you will immediately die. So just bait his SP1s and dex those. That's far easier. The first hit of his special attacks do drain 100% of your power, so obviously, don't get hit by them in the first place. I would highly recommend that if you stage your SP1, and then each time he's inflicted with a power drain, it reduces the future effects. So champs like Warlock who power drain, Doctor Doom who power drain may be a little bit harder to use on this one, because they won't have sort of reliable, consistent power drains and power steals, etc. So really, let's get into the gameplay, and I can sort of explain these further, and we'll go through good counters for him when we're there. So I'll see you in that gameplay now. So we're now at the gameplay. This is about 7 minutes of this fight. This fight gets done in about 2 revives. It's probably the easiest fight on here, in my opinion, if you keep him to his SP1. You can see those Surge Charges building up, destructive feedback, so I'm not taking any damage, but once that shield went off, he then took the damage. So it's just about waiting, either hitting him when the shield is on, or waiting for it to, and then doing the damage when it goes offline, or just waiting for it to go offline. So you can see here, it's all really, I'm just keeping him to his SP1 as basically as much as possible. His Surge Charges does mean that you end up baiting quite a lot of his SP1s, but that means you get used to it, and then it shouldn't be too tricky for you for the future. As you see here, I was either intercepting or baiting heavy attacks and then punishing them, or waiting for him to throw his special attack, then coming in with Kitty Pryde. This is obviously really decent for me because she phases, so a couple times I did almost get hit like there, and again, and she doesn't take any damage. She doesn't take that destructive feedback build up or anything like that, which is really handy because technically she's not being hit. So the miss on her is really effective. Good champions for this. Kitty Pryde is a really amazing one. Mr. Sinister can work because he blocks those unblockable specials. However, you are taking a hit there, so you kind of want to be careful with that. Apocalypse will be useful, but might not fit the rest of the fights. Other champs who were good at the other fights and will work, Hulkbuster will work for this fight again. Not really anything about this fight where you need many strict counters. It's more about how you play. So if you can keep this Blade to his SP1 and you get used to baiting that, this shouldn't be a problem. And arguably I probably could have soloed this with just 40% of Kitty Pryde's health, but I do go wrong once or twice, so Hercules does come in. Hercules is obviously very good for this because he just does an absolute ton of damage, and there's nothing here to stop his immortality or anything like that, so really he is really useful on this. This fight was a lot more enjoyable. It's what I think an EOP fight should be, where it's very tricky, can take 3, 4, 5, 6 revives, but is also doable with many champs. I think that's sort of where EOP's been a bit annoying, where you need to have, especially for this left side, you need to have Hercules with Captain America Infinity War, or you need to have, for the Warlock fight, you need to have a strict armor break champ, and for the Havoc fight, you need a, well, Havoc fight maybe not so much because you've obviously got the parry, but the Nick Fury fight again, you can't just use any old champ in these fights because otherwise it will take you about 4 years to complete EOP, so really it's about having the really god tier champs, which obviously is good, but I do think maybe there should be a way in which you can use any champ. You can bring in a Silver Surfer, my most recent 7-star, and he'll be fine, rather than have sort of just Hercules all the time, which I think a lot of people will agree with as well. So really this fight, as I said, isn't too tricky. Keep him to his SP1, but you can dex that SP1 no problem. Don't let him hit that SP2. If he does, chances are he will probably kill you, unless say you do have the phase from Kitty Pryde or Hercules' immortality. What I would also say is Blade himself does regen off the hits into his blocks, so just be very wary of that you're not hitting into his block too much, and he's regenning a lot of the health that you could be doing. That's something definitely to keep a very, very close eye on. But other than that, this fight's not too tricky. Keep his power to his SP1. Make sure that you avoid getting hit in that destructive feedback node. Either wait till it's offline. As you can see, it's online now. I'm doing no damage. And then once it goes offline, that damage will build up and do an absolute lump sum. So that's also really nice. And then finally, be careful of just those surge charges. You can use those to your advantage by having, if you do have 10 of them and you throw a special attack, you will do quite a lot of damage. But you can see there, I've died. So I do all this fight in one in this clip, so there's probably about 2-3 more minutes of the fight. If you guys want to stick around and watch that, there won't be any commentary for it, as I'm pretty much said all I need to say, but it will still be here just in case you want to check it out. I wish you guys good luck with these fights. If you're new around here, please do subscribe. I'd massively appreciate it. We're about 537 subscribers. We've been here for a while now. If you're new around here, like these kind of videos, they will be coming out on all types of content, 8.2, 8.3, 8.4, etc. and etc. So definitely do stick around. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.